Florencia, just in time. And so we have here today Yasmin Vorajaee, who asked back to talk about her ways with tiny time, big results. And we're looking at automations and how to attract clients and using automations in that way. So do you want to share anything, Yasmin, before?
I might just share the screen.
There you go. You have it there now.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. That's great. Lovely.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay, great stuff.
We're good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So good morning, everybody. It's lovely to be back here again. So Alec and I ended up having a conversation, and I was telling him about this system that I use. I've been in online business for about 12 years now, and I was sharing about my experience of using automation and building systems for my marketing. And that kind of led him to say, well, would you come and talk to the group? And so I said, yeah, sure, no problems at all. So just to give you, I suppose, the context about why this is so important to me, like one of my biggest values in business is freedom. I started my business when my eldest was only a year old. He's now nearly 14. I've got a 10-year-old and I've got a 7-year-old. So I do most of my business in the morning when they're at school. And then, I might do a little bit in the evening. But for me, it's really important that I am able to run my business around the kids, around the lifestyle that I want. I don't want to be working long hours. And I love automation. I love systems because it allows me to do that. So one of my programs I run with one-on-one clients is called the free range messenger. So if you imagine that chicken that's just kind of having a bit of a free roam, I kind of see myself in that way as well, that when I'm out and about, I can market my business. If I'm going back to England to see my family, I just take my laptop. I literally can run my business from anywhere. And the systems and automation enable me to be able to do that really, really successfully and really easily. So I wanted to share today about how you can create that freedom in your business if you don't have something similar, or maybe you're looking for something different, or you're thinking, actually, maybe I could be doing more automation, less manual. And even just thinking about, the networking that you're doing, the speaking that you may be doing, social media that you may be doing. What I see is this kind of takes it to another level because it really powers up what you're doing. So if you, for example, if I was to go and connect with everybody here on LinkedIn, and I went and looked on your LinkedIn profile, and I call it digital breadcrumbs. And so if I saw your website, or I saw that you had a free guide or something like that, and I click on it, and it literally brings me into your world. You talk to me about what you do. You share what the value that you create, how you work with your clients, how we can work together, not all at once, but I get that relationship building piece, but it's all like automation. So it's not like you're sitting there manually sending me a message going, Yasmin, have you seen this? Have you seen this? Most of it is done already, set up once, and then it runs and runs and runs. So if you imagine that, maybe if 100 people hit your website or your social media today, or 1,000, it doesn't really matter. You're able to really capitalize on all of that attention. I call it the Oprah effect, So if, say, for example, Oprah Winfrey suddenly came out and went, oh my God, you got to check out Teresa. She's amazing. Or you got to check out Michael. I checked him out, or whatever he was doing, I was just like blown away. And everyone just suddenly dives onto your website. Would you be able to capitalize on that attention? And to give you an example, there's a guy, this was years ago now, but he was running this website called Daily Love, and it was all about self-love, and he was just kind of like ticking along. He was growing his business, and he got tweeted by Kim Kardashian. Now, forgive me if I've told this story before to you, but he got tweeted by Kim Kardashian, and overnight he had 250,000 hits on his website, right? And it massively catapulted his business. Now, I'm not saying that you want to get Kim Kardashian tweeting about you, but if you had somebody in your industry who suddenly shone a spotlight on you, would you be able to capitalize on that attention? Or would you feel like, oh my God, I can't, everything is manual. I have to email lots of people. I don't know how to get everyone's attention. And the truth is that people don't buy immediately. Like, some people are ready to buy, and some people just need that little bit of nurturing. But if you've no way of nurturing that relationship, you've no way of staying connected, then it makes it much, much harder. It's always going to be harder to attract new clients than it is to retain existing clients, sell them more stuff. And so the way that I look at it is, okay, how do I bring people into my world? How do I wow them with the value that I'm creating through my free gifts, my lead magnet? How do I inspire them to kind of go, oh, this is really great. This is exactly what I need. And how do I hold their attention? Because if you think about, this day and age in social media, with all of the things that's going on, it's really hard to get people's attention. And if you put the effort into marketing and you've got their attention initially, you really want to make sure that you're holding on to it. And so what I want to share with you today are 3 ways that you can do that to keep them in your world, keep them in your ecosystem, so that when they're ready to buy, they're ready to buy and they know how to buy. They're not searching on your website going, where's that thing? Where's that link? Where's that sales page? Whatever it might be. You're making it really easy for them to buy. You're making it really easy to be top of mind for them. And you're just making it easy for you to be able to create more profit and more impact in your business. So when I talk about, like, say, for example, the free range messenger program, my goal is to help you really accelerate your client attraction with digital assets that do the heavy lifting for you. So if you've got sales calls, if you're having conversations with people, you want your marketing to have done the heavy lifting for you. You want your marketing to have done the heavy, also the kind of the pre-selling, if you like. So they're pretty much, when they're having a conversation with you, that it's almost like, yeah, this is just more of a, a formality. I want to just get to know you. I want to just experience your energy. And they're ready to say yes. But you can do that when your marketing is working for you. So even if you're on holidays, if you're, having a nap, your marketing is still doing the work for you. So that's kind of really what I want to talk about. And the system that I use is called Gold Star Pro. Now, when I started my business, I used Aweber. So that was just email autoresponder. So I was able to get people to join my email list and send out email campaigns. Then I moved over to Infusionsoft. Is anybody familiar with Infusionsoft? Yeah. Some of you are. I got a really good deal back in 2013, and then I just stayed with them. So I stayed with them until the beginning of this year. And the price was just going crazy. They just kept putting it up. And I just went, this doesn't make any sense. This wasn't cost effective at all. And I discovered Gold Star Pro. And what Gold Star Pro does is it has a huge amount of capability, functionality. It actually replaces a lot of the existing software that I already have. And so I really wanted to just, it's not necessarily a pitch for Gold Star Pro. I'm an affiliate for that program because I think it's amazing and it can really, really make your life so much easier. Just to give you an example from like a cost perspective, like my Infusionsoft for like sending emails and creating campaigns, it had gone up to about $250 a month. When I moved to Gold Star Pro, it's $97 for everything, right? And if you wanted courses, memberships, things like that, that's all included in that $97. And so I'm a big fan of that. Actually, what I'll do is I'll just post a link so you can just have a quick, if you wanted to have a look later on, I'll just post it into the chat bar. That'll take you into that page. So the 3 ways that you can really accelerate client attraction, and this is what we're really thinking about, is like, how can I get clients? How can I create more revenue? How do I get more sales of my program, my package, my service, with these assets, with automation? So I've got 3 ways I'm going to share with you. So the first of all is through lead magnets. And a lead magnet is simply, if you were standing in a big square, market square, and there's all these people there, you've got an audience there, and you say, who wants this thing? Who wants my free checklist on X, right? And you get people putting their hand up. Not everybody puts their hand up, but there are some people who put their hand up. Your lead magnet is designed to get their attention, is to get them into your world. So let me ask you, how many of you have something that people can actually download, access from your website, your social media for free? Okay. So, and the reason why this is so powerful is I often look at people's websites when I'm doing work with my clients, And the only thing that I can see as a call to action on the website is to book a call, right? And the problem with, and there's a problem with booking a call being your only call to action, because they may not be ready for that, right? They may be like, I don't know if is this in my budget? Do I want to have this conversation? I don't know. I don't even know if I like this person, right? A lead magnet is a very low risk activity. Because basically you're saying, here you go, I've got this free guide, and you can exchange that for my email. Right. So I'll give you my email, you'll send me the guide, and I'll go, oh, that's really interesting. It could be a video, it could be a checklist, it could be a little mini course. But what happens is people really get a sense of who you are, and they go, oh, this is good. Now, these are really useful. Like if you're sending out a video, I've signed up for loads of lead magnets over the years, and sometimes I'll just be like, I'm not really liking their energy, or I'm not liking their voice. You know, you might not like my voice, and you kind of think, oh, I couldn't listen to that. So a lead magnet is a really, really great way of getting somebody into your world and for them to experience your work. And it's a taster, so that they kind of go, oh, I like this. And it's not just the lead magnet, right? You create this whole journey for them where you are bringing them in, you're giving them this value, this immediate value, and not a newsletter either. I don't really recommend like them signing up for your newsletter being a lead magnet, because you want something that they're going to get immediate benefit from, right? And the newsletter sometimes makes people feel like, oh God, do I really want to have another email, another newsletter? Whereas a lead magnet, it's something that's really valuable, right? And then what you do is you welcome them into your world through an automated email campaign, right? And again, you can do all of this in Gold Star Pro, you can do this in Infusionsoft, you can do this in Aweber, Constant Contact, you know, there's lots and lots of different systems. And what you're doing in those is you're letting them get to know you, your values, your mission, case studies of past clients, success stories, testimonials, what you do can help the person, right? So they really get a sense of like, oh, this is really, really useful. And what's happening is you're holding their attention, right? That welcome sequence would be about like the first 5-10 days. It's a bit like, you know, if you had a great first date with somebody, right? And you're like, oh my God, this was amazing. We really clicked. And then you hear nothing from them, right? 6 months down the line, they ring you up and go, oh, do you know what? I need a date for, I don't know, my cousin's wedding. Will you come? And you're like, I don't even know who you are. Get out of here, right? Whereas if you had a great first date and then you were texting, or I don't know, whatever people do these days, you're texting, you're messaging, whatever it might be, but you're building a relationship, right? You're building and nurturing that relationship. You're building a rapport. They're getting to know you, but all of this is automated, right? But you've still created the content. You've still infused your personality into it, but all of this is automated. So whether you had 100 people get your lead magnet in a day or 1,000 people, it doesn't matter. You're still simultaneously building that relationship with that person, right? So that's a really, really powerful way. And as a challenge for everybody, I would really encourage you to look at your business and kind of go, okay, what can I offer as a free gift that will give people a taster of what I'm doing, or the work I do? How can I give them a quick win through this free gift that's going to make somebody go, oh, this is really useful. This is really valuable. I'm going to stay. I really like this person, right? So that's one way, right? So you have a lead magnet, and that could be very, very simple. And that could be the only thing that you do, right? And just think about how it can power your speaking or your networking. Because if you meet somebody, so Denise, I'm part of Network Island as well. And one of the things that we do every month is we have a coffee morning that all the 1,000+ members of Network Island can come and meet. And we do breakout rooms, we meet people. And so what I am always interested in is I go into their LinkedIn or I go into their social media, and I want to see what have they got set up? Because if someone's interested, but they don't have a lot of time to kind of really talk to you or get to know you, you want your marketing to do that pre-selling for you, okay? So that's one thing. The second is through email marketing, right? And email marketing as a long-term nurture strategy. So what you're doing is minimum, you're emailing your list once a week, right? People say to me, like, can I email them once a month? Really and truly, it's not even worth it. If it's only, well, I'm not going to say it's not worth it, but at least once a week, you need to be emailing your list, right? This is really powerful because you show up in their inbox with value, with information, whether it's your podcast, whether it's a blog post that you've done, an insight that you have, whatever it is that you're sharing. But what you're doing is you're really getting people to get to know you, and you're nurturing them. So when they're ready to buy, they're ready to buy. I've had people be on my list for years, and then they go, right, okay, I'm now ready to buy. Most of my clients come from my email marketing campaigns, right? It is a really, really powerful way. And email marketing still has a massive return on investment compared to methods like social media, okay? It's because you've brought them into your world and you're holding their attention, okay? So things like, and your emails can be a combination. I often tell stories. This week, I think I sent one about how we created a new room for my dog. And people love hearing about the family side of things and what the dog's doing, what the kids are doing, what I'm doing, whatever it might be, because they're really getting to know me as a person, right? And this is the thing, that as the online space really changes, it's really transforming at the moment, because especially after COVID, like there's so many people in there. People are looking for the personality. They're looking for, it's not about the brand names. It's about, who am I connected to? Who do I feel a connection to? And all of this can really make a big difference. Okay, so that's the second way, email marketing. And when I send emails like that, it's my podcast episode. If I am, promoting, so I'm doing a free course next week, so I've been emailing my list about that, and yep, no problems at all. So I can do, I can tell them about the course so that they sign up for that. You don't want to just show up with your email list with when you've got something to sell. Oh, I'm selling a course, and they go, oh, who is this person, right? You want to be building your audience, and your lead magnet is going to help you to build your email list. You want to be building your audience all the time. So when you are ready to launch, if you want to sell something, you're able to then, you have an audience, okay? And then the third way is through what I call trust funnels, okay? Someone is not going to just land on your Instagram or your LinkedIn and just go, great, I want to buy whatever it is that he's selling, right? It's about building trust. And this is what I love with automation, that allows you to build trust at scale. And so a simple trust funnel could be that you invite them to an on-demand masterclass, right? They come and do a masterclass with you, 45 minutes, you make an offer to them, right? The fact that they've spent 45 minutes with you in that format means that they're more likely to come and buy from you, rather than just seeing you on social media and going, oh, that was a great post, I'll go and spend 500 quid, right? So if you have a lead magnet, a guide, a checklist, and then you say, oh, do you know what? I've got this masterclass that you might be interested in. This is what we're going to be covering in the masterclass. And they go, oh, this is really interesting. This is great, right? All that's happening is each time you're building more and more trust. And of course, it depends on the offer. It depends on the messaging and making sure that it really hits what they need. But once they've done the masterclass, you then have an email sequence that invites them to come and buy the course, the offer, with case studies and testimonials and all of those types of things. But the beauty of it is, once you've built it, all of those things are working for you. So that it's like a little secret army, they're working for you in the background all the time. And your job is to really power that. So through your, how you drive traffic. So whether that could be with your speaking, your networking, social media, ads, whatever it is that you're doing, you're funneling them into this ecosystem that really gets them to know you, like you, trust you, and buy from you. And what I love about all of these things is you never do all of this like in one go. You don't suddenly go, oh, I've got 3 trust funnels all built. You build it one step at a time to make sure that you don't get overwhelmed. But once you know how to do this, you rinse and repeat, and you now have a way of being able to accelerate your client attraction. You do a lot more pre-selling. So by the time someone comes to talk to you, they're pretty much sold on you. And that's how you can use automation to accelerate your client attraction. Is that all right, Alec? I know you said 10:40.
No, that's grand. Thanks very much. Yeah, appreciate that.